The enormous, what I call the empathy deficit, that I think damages so much of our politics.
In which sense, what is the empathy deficit?
The inability of people to stand in other folks' shoes.
Learning to stand in somebody else's shoes, to see through their eyes, that's how peace begins. And it's up to you to make that happen.
Empathy, I would say, is presence, full presence to what is alive in the person at this moment. If you surf ride it, you'll be a better empathy because you'll have built into your body what it's about. Being present and getting with an energy that's coming through the other person. It is not a mental understanding or classification.
When I'm speaking about empathy metaphorically, I use the surfing metaphor, so I like it a lot. And for me, when you're empathizing with someone, it's almost like you're riding the wave of their experience. And you're staying with them, just in the same way that a surfer stays with a wave. And you're doing it for the joy of doing it, for the joy of connecting with another human being.
I think it's like the sea, where things are kind of going out and coming in. And we're not always kind of on schedule. And sometimes we're not able to hold that presence, an empathic presence, but we bring ourselves back to it. It's a conscious choice.
It would be like water, which can take any form or shape, depending on the situation. And it's clear, you can see through it, and it's necessary for life.
Like when you take heart cells and you put them in a petri dish, even if they're far from each other, they're going to start pulsing in the same rhythm. So it's that could be a metaphor of like each human being as a heart cell in a larger organism called humanity, and that if you align yourself with empathy, then it starts having the same pulse, the same rhythm.
Someone has empathy for someone else. They're willing to hold the other's heart in their hand, their very essence.
It's the ultimate in lovemaking.
Picture of maybe a blanket around us both, some sort of container.
That you're being held. Maybe that's an image, kind of a metaphor for it, is being held like you might hold a baby.
Just walk by my side and hold my hand. It's kind of like that. It's that sense of withness. I have this idea of ice cubes in a tray, They're cold, they're hard, they're not touching. They may be occupying similar close space, but there's no relation.
What kind of a conversation would they have?
Wow, I'm wondering if you're really cold and maybe a little lonely, really would like a little more connection, or maybe just want privacy and safety? Well, it's none of your business how I feel. I'm doing just fine here. Just who invited you into my space? Don't psychoanalyze me. Okay, so you really want some privacy and respect for the choices that you made? Well, yeah. So I just want to let you know that if you want to have a conversation, I'd be interested. I've never been in an ice cube tray before, and it would be kind of cool to see what that's like. Well, I kind of like being in an ice cube tray. It's organized, it's dependable, it's predictable, and I've got my own little case. So is it you really like order and you really value safety? Well, of course, doesn't everybody?
Empathy is like this superfood. It's not exactly sunshine, it's not exactly water, it's not exactly the soil. It's something else which imbues all of these and creates the conditions for growth.
Just the lake reflecting what is. There's nothing wrong with what is.